Alright, hello everyone. I am back with another speed video. I'm recording this pretty late at night. I should be asleep. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble to start off the video. So you might be noticing I'm coming through a bit clearer. I sound a bit crisper. And yeah, I finally upgraded to my mic. But I'll talk about that later. Right now, let's focus on this build. So as you can see, we are in the kinship lot. And this is the home of the Kealoha family. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but yeah, we are at their home. And this is another entry into the Save File series on this channel. And I just went in, completely demolished the home that was here before. The home here before wasn't bad, but I just wanted to take a knock at it because I don't really build in Sulani. Before this save file, I haven't really played there, I haven't really built there, so I thought it would be a fun experience. So when it comes to this house in particular, it took a couple of tries because, I don't know, the first kind of build I was doing, it just wasn't really working for me. I was pulling references that I got on Pinterest because Sulani is supposed to be a Polynesian inspired world, specifically focusing on Hawaii. So I was looking at homes from that region of the world and from Hawaii, places like that. So this is what I'm doing on the first attempt. I'm just trying to get something to work here, and I could have cut it out, but I feel like this is good to include in a type of speed build because I don't know about you guys, but personally, when I watch other people build, I'm like, dang, how are they able to just jump in and do a build without having to start over or take like 3,000 tries? Because I'm that builder. I'm the person that goes in and takes like 5 attempts before I'm like, okay, I don't hate this, let's stick with it. So anyways, I decided to keep in the first try. This is me just working on that right now. And a little while after that, I did get something that I thought fit this family. And speaking of this family, while we're going through the build, let me tell you a little bit about them. So in case you haven't really played with Island Living or you don't play in Sulani like me, there's this family called the Kealoha family. Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing. It's a family of 4, and we have Makoa. He's a young adult, his wife Liliana, their child Nani, and we also have Dwayne. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought Dwayne was their kid. I just assumed because he's a teenager, he lives with them. But when I was going through and prepping this family, coming up with their lore, getting ready to do this build, he's not related. He's just a random person at the house. So I thought that was pretty interesting because a lot of townies in this game, they're not interesting. So I was like, okay, we have something to work here. And you know, I do a little bit of digging. I try to figure out who these people are, how they're going to fit into my save. And what do you know? Dwayne, The Rock, Tala, basically. So his character or his sim is inspired by Maui, apparently. That's what I read on the wiki. So yeah, we have these 4 people. They are living in Sulani, and I went ahead and rewrote their bio like I'm doing for all the other townies because the whole purpose of the save is to make it a bit more interesting, a bit more lively, something that feels kind of reminiscent to Sims 2. So let me just read off what I have. So with rising global temperatures, more frequent natural disasters, and an influx of tourism, Makoa is struggling to help protect his home through his conservation job. But one night after a terrible storm, he crosses paths with Dwayne Tala, a teen who seemed to mysteriously appear from the churning ocean waters. Maybe their new house guest will be the answer to Makoa's problems. Or will the young trickster add to the troubles and drive Liliana up the wall? So again, Dwayne is inspired by Maui. Now, keep in mind, I'm going by the Disney movie. I know he's an actual like being in, I guess, Polynesian culture. I'm not sure if like it's to a specific island or if it's just like in general. Forgive me, I'm an ignorant American, I know, but I'm just going off Disney lore. So yeah, I thought it would be kind of cool to have Dwayne, kind of similar to what happened in Moana. He just comes out of nowhere to this person being Makoa, who's in a bit of trouble. He needs some help, and Dwayne is here to lend a helping hand. Apparently. That's what he's saying, but I figure maybe Dwayne has a bit of issues himself that he's running from. You know, maybe his parents died. We go the old Bruce Wayne, dead parents. He comes into money, power. Maybe he doesn't want that. So maybe he's running from that. And he washed up on the shores of Sulani. He met Makoa, and bada bing, bada boom. That's where we're at. And as far as Makoa goes, I'll pause here because now looking at the video, we're actually getting into the floor plan. So as you can see, this is the design that I went with. I felt like this was something I was happy with. I feel like it fits the character of this family. When it comes to the house, I imagine that they inherited it from one of their parents or grandparents, whoever it may be. Take your choice, take your pick, doesn't matter. But anyway, this is kind of a heritage home, something that's been passed down to the next generation, and I wanted it to feel like that. I wanted it to feel a bit rustic, a bit antique, a bit worn. So that's what we have going on here, and I felt like this build did that for me. It fit what I imagined for this family. So now I'm going around placing the windows. I did the floor plan. Floor plans, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they come to me pretty easy for the most part, right? Because I've done so many builds by now, and if you're one to struggle with a floor plan, honestly, the best way to kind of get started and to get your ground if you're not good is to just go online and look up floor plans, or go on Pinterest and look up some designs, kind of follow those. And then as you keep building and building, it's like learning how to ride a bicycle, right? The training wheels eventually fall off, and then you can do floor plans at the snap of your fingers. So that's what happened here. I had a basic idea. Pretty small home if you take a look. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. But again, like I said, it's a bit of an older home, so a bit on the smaller side. Yeah. But I think it's big enough for them because they're a pretty small family, even though there's 4. Nani, she's a baby, so she doesn't really need that much room, you know? But yeah, it came along pretty well. And I guess while I'm waiting for it to switch over to the decorating side, as I mentioned earlier, we're in a bit of a different situation. As you can see, this is a speed build. I don't usually do speed builds. I prefer longer videos because, one, I don't feel like editing all that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't feel like editing all that, which is a shame to say because I was a film major. I studied this. I should be enjoying it. But I don't know. I honestly just prefer longer videos because I feel like I'm a chaotic builder. But anyway, the reason we're doing a speed build is because if you guys have watched this video, then you already know. But if you're new, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you for clicking. But if you're new, I am working on a save file where I'm going in and redoing all of the worlds that I own. Not every single Sims world because I don't own all the packs, but I'm redoing all the worlds I own. And good news is, I am almost finished with this save. So Sulani is the only world I have left besides the specialty lots, which are like the police station, hospital, and the Realm of Magic School. But yeah, besides those, Sulani is the only world I have left. And at the time I'm recording this video, I believe I have 3 more lots to finish in Sulani, and then I'm done with the builds. So with that being said, I am sitting on a decent amount of builds that I'm just going to speed up now, do a voiceover, and get them out on the internet, because I'm ready to switch over to working on the lore, going through and fine-tuning the save, adding the details here and there, and then bada bing bada boom, I gotta get this ball rolling. Not next week, but the week after is when I'm planning on dropping this save out there to the public. So yeah, kind of in, I guess you can say, speed mode, since we're in a speed build, right? But yeah, that's why we're doing a speed build right now. And that's the perfect time to switch over back to the build, because now we are in decorating mode. So again, this house, my idea for it was passed down from maybe grandma, mom, whoever, and I wanted it to be apparent in the house. So Makoa, he is in the conservationist career. From his previous bio, it sounds like he's not making money, to be honest, because he's going around trying to help the island, and it sounds like it's something he's doing of his own free will, right? I don't think he would be working for, a federal organization or some like really high up private organization. I feel like it's kind of a more volunteer type of situation. And then when it comes to Liliana, she's a head mixologist. Now, I don't know how much mixologists make, but I'm just going to assume that they're poor, because they got a kid, childcare is expensive. And when it comes to this house, all the furniture they have is furniture that was left to them. So as you can see from the vanity, the bed, the drawers, all that stuff, it's a bit antique. It looks a bit kind of, I guess you can say, grandma core, which, no offense, I like grandma core, that's my style. But yeah, that's kind of what we have going on here, especially in the bedroom. I feel like this was Mima's bedroom, whoever, and they just left the furniture and they don't have the money to fix it right now, so that's what they're working with. But I really like how the bedroom came together. It looks really warm, really inviting, and then I really wanted to make sure it had nice views, like a nice sight line out to the ocean and the surrounding area, because I feel like, what's the point of building a Sulani if you're not going to give your Sims good views? We need that lighting, we need those backgrounds for that screenshot, and that's what we have going on here. So yeah, I'm just pretty much finishing up their bedroom, getting some stuff out here. Oh, I kind of wish I kept those curtains. I might go back and change that. But yeah, just doing their bedroom. And then you might have noticed the kitchen is done, or I had started on the kitchen. I'm gonna be honest, the kitchen was a real pain, so that's why we kind of skipped ahead of that. So yeah, I went ahead and jumped to the bathroom because the kitchen was pissing me off, to be honest, and I just had to move away. Alright, and now we're moving over to Nani. So Nani, the toddler of the family. So when it comes to toddlers, specifically toddlers, a little bit of kids too, but I feel like I have a hard time designing the rooms, because I feel like I either go like the same route or the same theme, like, oh, it's animal theme, or oh, it's princess theme, or whatever it may be. So I really tried to go a different route to be a bit more, I guess, unique when it comes to Nani's room. think I did that because I kind of wanted to go with the sea theme, which I mean is a bit cliche because they live in Sulani, so of course sea theme. But I think it came out really cute. Again, kind of going back to Liliana and Makoa's bedroom, I really like how warm and cozy it feels. And that's kind of the vibe I was going with for this whole home. Because I feel like I'm on a bit of a kick when it comes to really cozy, comfy homes, especially from being on Tumblr all the time and seeing those really aesthetic posts where it's like you just want to jump into the screenshot because it looks so comfy and so realistic. So that's kind of the vibe I've been going for now. And if you're kind of the same way, I guess a tip that I've kind of picked up on is to just honestly just throw a whole bunch of random stuff. Just throw a whole bunch of random stuff in your builds, even if you're like, do I need this? Is this necessary? Because that's how it is in real life. We all have a bunch of random stuff that we just pile up. And I'm not talking about like the hoarding, like you have piles of mail stuffed in the corner. I mean, just objects, like actual usable objects. Like here, when it comes to Nani's room, I put this big play tent over in the corner, even though it's blocking the door, but I feel like it really fills up the room, Same with this little inflatable palm tree bear thing. Just throwing in a bunch of random objects because that's how it is in real life. And I feel like that helped make the space a bit more comfy, gave it that really like homey feeling. And yeah, we're kind of finishing up Nani's bedroom right now. Again, I really like how it turned out. I think I succeeded in making it a bit different from what I've been doing when it comes to toddler and children's bedrooms. Okay, now we are in the final bedroom, which, if you guessed it, you're correct. It is Dwayne's bedroom. Dwayne the Rock Tala, right? So, his room. Since he's just this random teen that just washed up on the shore, I feel like it makes sense for his room to feel a bit less personal, if you get what I mean. Because he's someone that's crashing here now. So, they had the spare room with this bed already here. So they probably just rushed to wash the sheets, get everything ready, and they're like, here you go. But Dwayne, maybe he's been here for a few weeks because he's already getting on Liliana's nerves, so he's been here a while. So I put up some posters that I feel like he might have collected or bought from the store. But for the most part, it doesn't really have his touch to the room. As you can see, we have the grandma table. Not table. What is that? Chair. Grandma chair. Well, we have a table now. That's a very grandma-like table. But as you can see, going through, putting up some posters. I thought it'd be funny to have the Loch Ness Monster. Because maybe he's like, I know that guy. He's not even that scary. But yeah, Dwayne. And I think I'm about to do it now. But yeah, since he is based off of Maui, who is voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if you smell what I'm cooking, I put down a rock. I probably should have waited until I did it, but I'm just so excited because it was such a cute touch. So maybe if you happen to stumble across the save and you play with it one day, you can pick that up. It's a little Easter egg. A rock. Shout out to The Rock. Not Dwayne Johnson, but The Rock specifically. So yeah, I added that in there eventually. I should have waited, but I couldn't. And now I'm just, again, going in, throwing in some random objects. We have the bookshelf. We had some sculptures and paintings that I put, the chest, because again, I wanted it to feel like home. I wanted it to feel lived in. Even though this was a spare bedroom, maybe when grandma or whoever was living here before Liliana and Makoa moved in, this was just a place where they, I don't know, threw stuff in here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But look, there's the rock. There's the rock. I'll call him Dwayne. There's Dwayne. He looks so nice. Oh yeah, and then we gave Dwayne a little backpack and some clothes. Because maybe that's why Liliana doesn't like him. He's just kind of arrogant because, again, I feel like he's running away from responsibilities. He's supposed to be the next king of the ocean, but he doesn't want to do that. He's a bit of a slacker. He just wants to kind of have fun, laze about. And while he's staying with them, I mean, he's going to school, but I don't know, he's just in the way. Liliana's like, you're in the way. I already have to like work nights. I have to help take care of this kid. Me and Makoa are struggling to pay these bills because, to be honest, work is not really paying him. I mean, yeah, he's doing it for a good cause, but he's not making those simoleons. I'm stressed. I'm tired. I need to go lay down, and this kid is here throwing his junk all over the place. So yeah, that's what we had going on there. And then you see me swinging the mouse around like a maniac because I had no idea what to do here. And that brings me back to the first point. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. It's very chatty. But I'm new to this. I don't like speed builds because I don't know what to talk about. I can talk about the build, but how long can I talk about the build? But like I was saying, I'm not built for speed builds because at that point, and also I feel like I'm a very chaotic builder. Like there's a lot of people out here, maybe it just comes from experience, but I feel like they know what they're doing and I don't. I just go with the flow. As you can see, I scroll aimlessly through each category looking for stuff. I have no idea what I want to put down. Right here, I was looking for a hutch. I didn't know what kind. I didn't know where it was, but I was searching for it. And I feel like that doesn't make good content. If it does, if you enjoy it, thank you. Because I'm going to be doing a few more of these because I need to get these build videos out of here so I can start uploading more of like the lore and going through and fine-tuning the save. But yeah, there's more of these coming. Maybe, hopefully by the last one I put out, it's a bit better. I have a bit more experience, but yeah. When I was going through editing this, I was like, how do people watch speed builds? How do I watch speed builds? Because I feel like I was just jumping all over the place. And that was stressing me out. Does it stress you out? Am I stressing you out now by talking like this? I'm sorry. I need to stop because I feel like the main reason I'm talking so much is because of this microphone. It's really nice. I really love it. It costs a lot of money and I don't like spending money. But I think it's a good investment. And I sound really, really attractive when I speak when I speak into it. But yeah, let's jump back to the build, cool puppy. Let's jump back to the build. So as you can see, our living room is looking, again, very grandma core. We have the old busted console TV. Who remembers those? I mean, I wasn't even born when that was a thing. I was a 99 baby, but they were still around in some people's houses. So I thought grandma would have one. And then we have the flat screen TV on top. Because those things are cheap now. Even though they don't have money, I feel like they could probably pull one, especially if there's like a Black Friday sale. But yeah, we have a very comfortable grandma-ish living room going on. Then we have a desk space for Makoa, because he needs somewhere to type up his reports, do a little bit of research, things like that. And I just really love how this turned out. It looks so comfy. It kind of reminds me of like my grandparents' homes. It gives off that vibe. And I love it so much, so much. this whole house is coming along together. And then as you can see, we're jumping to the kitchen. And I think it did me good because when I first did the kitchen, I did it a while ago. I did it after I finished building. And I was like, I gotta take a break because it's not coming together the way I want it to. And that's another tip. If it's not working, don't force it. Just step away. Because you come back and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I know what I need to do. And that's what happened here. I went with this little accent wall because I felt this room was too, I don't know. It was just too something. And I love an accent wall. That's like my favorite thing to put in builds. So I did this here with the paneling. And then I had this little, I don't know what you would call this, but yeah, this little setup against the accent wall. I thought it turned out really nice. It looks, I don't know how to describe it. It just looks good. Yeah, let's just go with that. It just looks good. And from there, I kind of had a better idea of what I wanted to do with the kitchen. I felt like the kitchen should be a decent size because, again, going back to grandma and whoever, I feel like they were in the kitchen always cooking because, you know, food is a language in itself. And I feel like this family, they would definitely know how to speak that language. Specifically Liliana, because she's a mixologist, which doesn't mean she can cook, but I feel like maybe that's why she kind of went into mixology. Maybe she did start off as a cook, but then she's like, you know what? I prefer mixology, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I wanted a decent sized kitchen. And the problem with this kitchen was, if you notice, the room is very square. And I needed to fit in the dining table and the kitchen, but I needed to do it in a way that didn't look goofy. And it was looking goofy for most of the time. But once I added in this whole setup over here, I felt like things were just clicking. And then I cluttered up that table, added this chair and the plants. And yeah, I started to see the vision more clearly. So I was able to kind of split up the room. So on this side, as you can see in the corner, we have the dining table. And then on the other side of the kitchen, which we'll probably get to in the next 30 seconds, is the actual kitchen. So yeah, you can see there. And you see what I mean? Very square room. I didn't know how to exactly place everything, but once I had that side of the room done, I decided to put the island in, kind of help break up the space a bit more so it didn't feel so open. Because my whole idea is to just make this a really comfy home. And I feel like, well, when I think of comfy, it's not so open, right? It's kind of hard to navigate spaces, but not too hard because this is The Sims, right? We don't want any routing issues. So you get what I mean. It just gives that illusion of, you know, not too much space to navigate or work with. Okay, and then as you can see, I put in that little bump out because if you can't figure it out, bump it out. And that's what I did. I don't know what you would use it for, but it's there. It's there for you to do something with it. I just threw a broom in there, but it's gonna be there because I didn't know how else to fix that space. So that's what we got. And then now I'm just going around cluttering up the kitchen a bit. I don't go too crazy on the clutter. These days, I don't really clutter. Well, I say that compared to like some people. I know some people that just don't do it at all, but I don't know, I like it. I think it adds character. But I also understand people who don't like it because some people do go overboard. I do go overboard when it comes to my personal builds that I do for my own gameplay. But for the save file, I tried to do a good balance. Same applies to Tool. Earlier, you might have saw me using Tool, but I promise, I don't use it that much, okay? It's kind of a last resort type of thing, and if I do use it, it's mostly just to add deco around the save, and even then, it's just like bare minimum. I barely use it, because I don't want to, yeah. But anyways, I went around, cluttered up the kitchen, wanted to feel lived in. And I just can't say enough how in love I am with this house. It just looks so good. So good. And that's another point I want to touch on. When it comes to building, when I was building this, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But once you step away, once you stop messing with things, and you just leave it as it is for a while, it grows on you. It really does. And that can apply for 99% of my builds. So in the moment, you might hate it. You might want to delete it. But if you're feeling that way, just leave it alone for a bit and come back to it. And the next thing you know, the ball is rolling, or you start to appreciate it a bit more. You're like, wow, I actually did a pretty good job. So now we're starting to get into the final stretch here in the last 10 minutes. So finishing up the kitchen, and then after this, we're going to be hopping around the house, making sure everything's straight, adding in a bit more pieces here and there, jumping to the outside, and then doing the landscaping. Ugh, I hate landscaping so much. But yeah, I guess I can talk a little bit more about the save, because I didn't really talk about Liliana. But when it comes to Liliana, I don't really know, because all I have right now is she's a head mixologist. She's not really messing with Dwayne. He gets on her nerves. But I feel like her and Makoa have a strong relationship. They're locked in, They're one of those couples that were like, they were best friends before they jumped into like the romantic side of things. So they're all good on that front. I don't want to give them any marital problems, because I just feel like that's not who they are. And everything's going good with the kid. But as far as her, I don't know what her story could be. I guess maybe her trying to have a good relationship with Dwayne. Or maybe she's trying to get him out of the house. I don't know. But for Makoa, I have a pretty good vision of what his is. He's obviously trying to save Sulani, especially when it comes to the other family in the save. The Kahananui? I'm so sorry. I know I'm butchering it. But that family, I feel like they're coming into Sulani, or they already live here. They're locals, but they're trying to jump on the wave of tourism. Sulani's pretty underdeveloped, I guess you can say, because there's not any community lots here, except what I built, which is a bar/restaurant, and then we do have a little resort, but that's from the Kahananui family, because they're jumping on the tourism wave. They're trying to turn the island into a big resort place, basically Hawaii. They're trying to do what has happened to Hawaii, kind of disregard the locals, raise up the prices so it's impossible to live there, but it's a good place to vacation. So that's what's happening here. And Makoa, he's fighting against that. So that's his whole storyline there. And then also, I built him a nice little conservationist setup, build, place, facility where the volcano is in Sulani. And that's probably going to be the next speed build. But I'm really liking how that's coming out. I think that'll be a fun lot. Especially, I don't know. I'm kind of starting to do this thing, which other people have been doing since forever. But building a place for your Sims to go to, if they have like a freelance career, or one of those careers that allow them to like work without going to a rabbit hole. So that's what we have going on with Makoa. We have this really nice conservationist lot, so he can kind of work, do his thing, and hopefully make Sulani better. That's his ultimate goal. Dwayne, again, he's just out here living life. He's trying to run away from his responsibilities. I don't know. Maybe I can create him a family. Maybe I do plan on adding more mermaids to this save, because I'm trying to add a decent amount of townies, or better yet, NPCs that live in the world. I'm trying to add more of them, because I feel like that will help flesh out things too. So for Dwayne, maybe I add his dad or his uncle or somebody to kind of help flesh out that story there of him running away and not wanting to be king. And then, of course, Nani, the toddler, she's just Nani. She's just trying to grow up, honestly, and have a good life. But now that I yapped enough, as you can see, we are outside here. So outside, it's a lot of space out here, but I didn't really add too much. I have this outdoor shower that I put here because I feel like that makes sense. If you go out for a swim, especially in the ocean, you want to take a shower to rinse off like all the salt and stuff and sand, whatever gets on you. Then we had some chairs outside to kind of look, because again, stunning view. I don't play in Sulani, but I can't deny that view. Such a beautiful world, such a beautiful world. So we have some chairs for you to sit out there and enjoy it, or to take some screenshots. But yeah, I don't really add too much out here gameplay wise. It's mostly just this little decor over here. I do go in the front and put out a table, but that's really it. Because I don't want to overdo it. You know, if you do decide to play with this family or whatever, then you have space. And that reminds me, when I put down this ladder, I had no idea where that was. Because again, I don't play with this pack. I haven't really played with the world. So I was like, where the heck is this ladder? I thought it was like in the one you use in the stairs category, but that wasn't it. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's the pool ladders. No. I don't even know where it's at in the catalog. I had to go through the island living filter to find it. But yeah, I was like, I had no idea where this thing was, but we found it and we have it here. And I thought maybe if you put like a boat or a ski jet, you have to attach it, because I think that was the thing in Sims 3 Island Paradise, where you had to kind of treat it like a driveway, but that wasn't the case, so whatever. But yeah, after taking forever to find that, we have that down. Do some plants out here. And we're coming up to the end of the video now. So honestly, I might go ahead and say a few more things and just let it ride out. But again, really liked how this house turned out. I would play in it. I would live in it. I would move Sims in here, or I play with them, because it's just really my style. Like when I think of like in real life, this is the kind of home I would want, like decor wise. I just want it to feel really lived in, really comfortable. I don't like those houses that are just black and white, or you know, when you watch House Hunters or whatever, or what's the show with the two brothers, Property Brothers, when they flip a house and it just looks very cold. I don't like that. It's fine if you do, but that's just not me. But anyway, this is the type of house I would play in, I would live in. And now we're going to the landscaping. As you see, I just mimicked what was around here because I hate landscaping. I'm bad at it. And I just wanted to get it over with. So I just copied what was on the other side, the plants that were already there, that stuff. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking here. I'm going to let the last few minutes play out in silence. You heard me yap enough. But at least you get to hear it through a really nice sounding mic. Okay, so again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you tune in to the next videos. I don't know, maybe it'll be a bit less rambly and more coherent. But anyway, I can't wave to you because it's Speedville, but I'm waving now. Goodbye. I hope you have a good day, evening, whenever and wherever you're watching this. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.